You know, some military units just go by a number, but every once in a while, a unit earns a name that tells a real story. A story of grit, of challenge, and of character. And today, we're going to dive into one of the most intriguing nicknames in modern military history. So, how does that even happen? It's a fantastic question, right? Because these names, they're not just handed out by some committee. Nope, they're earned, forged out in the field, built on reputation and shared hardship. And that brings us to a name that, well, it just says it all. The Adventurous 15. I mean, come on, that sounds like the title of an old adventure book, doesn't it? But this is a very real, very elite infantry unit. So, who exactly are they? Okay, let's peel back the layers here. First up, we've got to look at the official designation behind that awesome name. So, on paper, they're the 15th Battalion of the East Bengal Regiment. This is a big deal, by the way. They're a key part of the Bangladesh Army. They were put together back in 1982, and they're part of this absolutely legendary regiment, a regiment known simply as the Tigers. And this is where it gets really interesting. They kind of have this dual identity. See, the whole regiment's motto is Surya Santan, which means children of the sun. Pretty cool. But the 15th Battalion, they have their own motto, a more personal one that just nails their vibe. Adventurous always. You put that together with their Royal Bengal Tiger insignia, and yeah, you're starting to get the picture of who these guys are. Every legendary unit has an origin story, right? So let's rewind a bit and see how the 15th Battalion came to be and what they were built for right from the get-go. All right, so the clock starts on June 1st, 1982. That's when the battalion was officially raised in Chattogram. And get this, they didn't just recruit rookies. The first members were handpicked from other veteran battalions, so they were packing serious experience and that tiger spirit right from day one. Their first couple of decades were all about tough, foundational deployments in the pretty rugged hill tracts regions. Then, in the 2000s, they really modernized, getting all the latest gear. And this really gets to the core of why they were created. See, they were never meant to be just another infantry unit. From the very beginning, the whole idea was for them to be a super versatile, rapid deployment force. A unit that could handle anything thrown at them, whether it's intense close combat or deep recon missions across all kinds of tough terrain. Okay, so this is the part you've been waiting for. We've got the 15, but where did the adventurous part come from? Because a name like that, you don't just get it, you have to earn it. This really says it all, doesn't it? Military nicknames are rarely given, they are earned. This wasn't some PR slogan. Their identity was hammered into shape over years of service in one of the most difficult environments you can imagine. It came from a reputation for always volunteering for the toughest jobs. And that proving ground, it had a name. Operation Dabanal. That actually translates to Operation Wildfire, and man, was that an accurate name. This operation was their trial by fire, literally and figuratively, and it really defined who they would become. So their mission in the Chittagong Hill Tracts was, well, it was unbelievably complex. First, you've got counter-insurgency ops in these dense mountainous jungles. But that wasn't even half of it. They were also there to protect local communities in a super tense region, and they were responsible for disaster response during cyclones and floods. So being adventurous here meant being able to switch gears and handle intense pressure from all sides. Now, all those skills they perfected in the hill tracts, they weren't just going to stay at home. It wasn't long before the battalion took all that hard-won experience and their growing reputation and went global. Yeah, as a really important part of Bangladesh's commitment to UN peacekeeping, the Adventurous 15 has served with real distinction in more than 3 of the planet's most dangerous and volatile conflict zones. And we're not talking about easy assignments here. Think about it. South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Mali. These are some seriously high-risk missions. But what's so amazing is how that adventurous spirit wasn't just about combat. It translated directly into peace building. They were praised for so much more than just combat readiness. They were out there building schools, giving medical aid, basically helping put communities back together. So you see this incredible two-front service. At home, they're the defenders, the counter-insurgency experts, the guys you call when disaster strikes. But then they go abroad, and they become peacekeepers, even diplomats in uniform. This amazing versatility, that's become their signature. So, fast forward to today. What does the modern tiger, the Adventurous 15, look like now? Because the world has definitely changed, and you better believe they've changed right along with it. Let's take a look. Okay, if you look under the hood, structurally, it's a classic, well-oiled machine. You've got your headquarters company for all the strategic planning and comms. Then you have the four rifle companies, that's your main fighting force. And backing them all up is the support company with the heavy hitters like mortars and anti-tank missiles, plus an admin company keeping the whole thing running with logistics and medical support. It's a solid, proven setup. But here's the really cool part, how their tactics have evolved. They haven't forgotten their roots in jungle warfare, no way, but their focus has exploded outwards. Now they're training for the complexities of urban combat, for counterterrorism, and they're using all the latest high-tech gear to tackle modern threats. So after all these decades of service, what's the legacy here? What's the lasting impact of the Adventurous 15? Well, it's about a lot more than just battle records. Their legacy is just huge. They've created this culture of insane physical endurance. They've also been a pipeline for future leaders, developing a ton of high-ranking generals. They've helped countless remote communities with infrastructure and disaster relief. And maybe most importantly, inside the unit, they have this legendary tight-knit family culture. It's not just a unit, it's a brotherhood. And this really just sums it all up beautifully. They're still the children of the sun. They still wear that tiger insignia with pride, but they do it with this unique flair, a kind of swagger that lets you know these are the ones who are always ready for an adventure, all in the name of service. Which leaves us with one final question to think about. For this incredible battalion, what does it truly mean to be adventurous always? It's not about being reckless, not at all. It's about having a proactive spirit. It's about a deep-seated willingness to run towards the toughest challenges, be it in combat or disaster relief or peacekeeping, and to always, always keep pushing forward.